Okay, let me see if the stream will start correctly. And I gotta do one quick thing or two before I start drawing. Hello, everyone. I'm just gonna put that right in the chat. Hello! Please wait patiently. Thanks. Okay, let me just make sure of a couple things. If the stream 1 is working correctly. If 2, I can put a little pinned message in the chat. Hello, Wailing Star. Hello, Ayano. Hello, Inca. Hello, Berry Bright. All 4 of you, welcome to the stream. Hope you have fun. I'll start drawing in just a moment. While you're waiting, feel free to leave a like on the video. My like goal today is 20, so let's see if we can get that. Hello, Indo. Welcome to the stream. I am just going to write a little pinned message in the chat before we begin. So it'll say, hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. I'm Miss Willow. Feel free to enjoy and watch. Inviting friends is always awesome help. And today's like goal is 20. Anyways, not amateurs. Anyways, hope you all have fun. There we go. Finally. Pin the message. Hello, Abnormal. And hello, Berry Bright. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Here we go. Now it's time for me to draw. Last time today, I made a live stream playing modded Minecraft. If you haven't checked that out already, you might want to later because that was a very fun time. I end up giving loot to a dragon. And hold on, let me just see if my volume works. Good, I totally forgot that part. I ended up giving loot to a dragon instead of only taking from a dragon. Do you want to know why? See the video. Anyways, that was a fun thing, and I drew the thumbnail this morning a little earlier, and it inspired me to try and draw another dragon. This time, maybe having many, many horns. So I wanted to try and give that a try today. So, without further ado, I'm gonna start my sketching and have a great time. Oh, Willing Star says, oh, I have Minecraft. Awesome, I love Minecraft too. It's always really cool to find other people who seem to enjoy it, and I always thought it was a very fun thing. I always seemed to love Minecraft. I've been playing it since, I believe, 2012. And it's been, ever since that, probably my favorite game. Although I really do like Royal Match. You know, the one that everyone gets the ads for. See, I succumbed and I downloaded Royal Match, and I do really like Royal Match. So it's kind of like Candy Crush, but like you have to help the king, and then you get to build like the different parts of the I got super obsessed with that one, and that was I still love it. I love it to death. It is one of my favorite more simpler games. But Minecraft is still probably my favorite game that already exists. Hytale? I cannot wait for Hytale to come out. Who knows what Hytale is? Because I can definitely give a little pep talk about Hytale. Alrighty. Also, Miss Willow, expect me to be coming to your streams every day. That is really sweet. Thank you. And no problem if you can't come to them. I will not be mad. But that is really nice to hear. I am happy that you've been enjoying my streams. That means a lot to me. So, thank you very much. Alrighty. I already know about Hytale. Oh, awesome, Berry Bright. Yeah, I was part of kind of like the Hytale community and used to make a ton of Hytale videos a long time ago. Like, I think 2 years ago it was. But I made my first Hytale video, I believe, in like 2020. But I have been so invested in it ever since. I don't have a lot of those videos up on my channel anymore right now. But I did make another Hytale video to make up for a lot of those, and that is still on the channel. I talk about my feelings of it, what I'm excited about, the potentials I feel it has. I used to have an absolute great time just talking about how I used to want to, what I used to want to do with the game when it releases. Multiple times have I looked for job openings on their site that called to my needs, but I was too late before all the cool ones were taken. Now they're looking for more serious, like, senior positions, which is a little bit disappointing for me, but I guess all the early on concept, like, art people have been already taken, but you know what, everything's meant to be what it's going to have to be. So if I didn't get a job for Untitled, it wasn't meant to be yet. But I'm still super excited for the game, and the modding capabilities excite me a lot. Oh, thanks, Willing Star. Happy you like the drawing. Yeah, I used to make a lot of, like, Hightail interview videos where I talked with different various content creators about our thoughts, and I did kind of like an old podcast thing, and I really do miss that, and I love having those kind of community talks and community, like, things related to the channel. It was super fun. So I loved having guests on the channel. I loved talking and having awesome calls and chats every day about, like, our excitement about the game. Those were some of the great times. So, yeah. Alrighty, feel free to invite some friends. Everything helps. And I am super excited to see how this drawing will become. Let me just see if I can add a little bit more onto it. Scaling that down just ever so much. Rotating it. Let me see. What about a rotate? And then I can add a little bit more to the design before I add in the real line art. The absolute real beautiful line art. Barry Bright says, wouldn't it be nice to have a game based on this community specifically? I always thought that would be a really awesome idea. And I always, my storytelling and kind of book that I've been writing, I have always loved the idea of possibly turning that into some kind of online game server or a game where the characters could go on quests and you guys can get, like, royal duties from King Augustine and help Phibius uncover the mysteries of this. I made a funny video a little while back, just kind of being obnoxious, rolling around the grass and everything. I had my pet hermit crab be this villain character, and I had to play a dice game with him, and it was like a fun thing that I acted out, and I had one of my characters, Mollusk the sea monster, jump into the frame and I would talk to him, and he put me on this awesome quest to find his missing marine gems. Those were fun days, but those videos took a lot of energy and a lot of time to create, so I didn't know whether or not people truly really enjoyed them as much as I was hoping, but they were super fun, and I still have those videos up. Abnormal says, OMG, the dragon's back looks like gingerbread. Oh. Again with the food. Maybe his scales will be diamond shapes this time, just because of that. I refuse to make this drawing food-related. That will definitely be a difficult thing. But it's gonna have to... One of these days, I'm gonna have to make something that is just not extremely candy-oriented. But again, I know none of you guys believe me when I say that I can accomplish something like that. But you gotta trust me. One of these days, I'm gonna end up not putting food in a drawing. I'm telling you this right now. I'm gonna definitely... You can count on me. One of these drawings ain't gonna have food in it. One of them soon. So that's definitely something that you guys probably don't believe me on. Hello, King Wolf. Welcome to the stream. Are you new here? just seeing, because I don't think I recognize you in the live streams yet. If so, that would be awesome to know, and I can definitely fill you in on some of the awesome things that are in my channel. And also, if you are new, and if any of you guys else are new to the channel, welcome, and I hope you guys have a great time here. I make a lot of fantasy art, digital art, dragon art. I have been writing a story with my characters. It's called Farendale, and you guys can listen to the chapters here on YouTube. I do a lot of gameplays with fantasy gaming and modded Minecraft, which also includes dragons. You might notice that dragons are a recurring theme on the channel, because I just think they are absolutely cool. They have been my role models since I was but a child. So that is some of the very awesome things that you guys might encounter here. Abnormal says, the belly be looking like a sour gummy worm with the stripes. And no, you can't get over food. We have foodie minds. We all do. That is true. That is true. Do you guys really think that I miss Willow with the artist I am and my love for taking requests? Do you really think I could possibly succeed at making a video without drawing some kind of candy on the creature, or food, or some kind of sweet? If you guys don't believe me on that, maybe I will surprise you this time. Very interesting. Oh, I'm so happy you like the drawing. Thanks. I think it's kind of cool too, and I'm excited to see how this will turn out. Alrighty. I love making art like this. It is something so fun. Alrighty, I've got to exaggerate the features a little bit. Got to make everything pop out the exact way that it is meant to. I love drawing. I know drawing like the back of my hand. Drawing is something that has been with me since birth. Art is within everything, I believe. Art is absolutely everything, and I had a dream last night. I was telling you guys yesterday that I feel like art is absolutely in everything you could imagine. Culinary arts, cooking, plants and trees, everything that is living. I had a dream that I was sitting down on the ground, and I was talking to one of my friends about how art is everything, and they had a hard time grasping it, so I was trying to give an example. And I picked like this blade of grass or whatever, and I was like twirling it around, and I ended up turning the grass blade into some kind of art. And I just was explaining and over-explaining so much how everything is art. And you know what? These live streams really do make a difference with me, because now I'm having dreams about them. I had made a really cool lunch. Speaking of food, maybe I'm not going to draw the food, but I'm definitely going to talk about the food. You can't escape Miss Willow talking about food, though, because I love my culinary arts. I love cooking. It brings me a lot of joy and happiness and relaxing times. So, that is just a package deal with my channel. I've got to talk about all the cooking that I've done recently. I made some lunch today, and I didn't finish it yet, but I'm excited to try and eat more of it later. There is these little gnocchis that I make, and I make them with flour and potato and salt and garlic powder, and they're just really delicious things. And so I made a bunch of those, and those were a compliment to the meal that I had. I made this angel hair pasta, but on the side, I fried up garlic, onion, fresh garlic from the cloves, and some jarred garlic, which tasted really nice in a blend. I used some slices of mushrooms, and it made a really wonderful sauté to put into the pasta. And it tasted so good afterwards. I added some of the cheesy kind of flavor things and more garlic powder. Of course, I love garlic. It's really delicious. And all in all, it just tasted so unbelievably good. You do not know the level of proudness that I had with that food. Hello, Indo! Indo says the art looks wonderful. Thank you! Why, thank you so much for that compliment. The art is something that I am extremely excited about making. I was inspired by drawing the thumbnail for today's other live stream, which, I don't know if any of you guys, I think Indo joined, but I did a cool little break from artwork. I had a little bit of, art block, didn't want to really draw today. So, in order to gain the gumption to want to draw, and now I'm in a drawing mood, of course, I just had to give myself a little break. I went ahead and I played some modded Minecraft, and when I went to draw the thumbnail for it, all of my art inspiration came immediately back, and now I want to draw more dragons. Speaking of which, why I was inspired, I was drawing the thumbnail for basically the title of my last video, which was giving loot to a dragon instead of taking it. So that was a very intriguing thing that happened in the last episode. Usually I would take the loot from dragons and it's really sneaky, and this time, for some reason, which you guys will have to find out on your own, I just felt really bad for some reason. I end up giving the dragon loot, my loot. So that was an extremely interesting thing that happened. A turn of events. A turn of the tables, a flip of the universe. The multiverse appeared, and then disappeared, and then dissipated into this reality, and I became nice to a lightning-breathing dragon. Oh, do you like the sound that the stylus makes when it draws? I always worried about, whether or not that would be annoying, and everybody, I have never heard a complaint about it. Ever. Every time I ask if the sound is fine, everyone's like, oh yeah, I love the sound, it's great. And I'm like, oh, seriously? So that is definitely a shocker to me. But this dragon has to be drawn more. I started watching this cool new show. I think it is so funny. There's this new show. I think it's new, but it's called, like, Man vs. Bee or something. I don't know exactly. But there's this guy, and he is watching over somebody, like, here, spoilers. But it is just the most funny, chaotic thing I have ever watched. I love it, but just so much goes wrong for this person, and I can't get enough of it. I watched, like, the first episode, and I'm hooked. I love it, and I just had to point that out there, because I remember I was telling you guys that I just don't really watch any TV, and occasionally I'll watch, like, a Race to the Edge, How to Train Your Dragon series thing, but just for your guys' sake, yeah, occasionally I do find out about a TV show that I end up actually liking, considering I say that it's extremely hard to find television shows that I like. Well, I did find another, so there. For all you guys who think that I hate TV, there. That is a thing. Oh, Abnormal, you know exactly what I'm talking about. OMG, Man vs. Bee, what an amazing Mr. Bean sequel. I agree, oh my gosh. He is hilarious. He plays the role for this show so well. I was shocked you knew what I was talking about. Yeah, I don't know how new it is, but I watched the first episode of it, and I'm like, I need to see another. It has to happen. It is amazing. There's a couple shows that I do really like. I say I don't watch TV. No, I don't watch a lot of TV. In fact, quite rarely, actually. Maybe like once a night, or once every other, who knows. But it's not as frequent as most people watch TV. And I definitely don't watch enough shows that other people do. So there is a couple series that I am fond of, like Bureau of Magical Things. That is one. I don't know if any of you guys have heard of that. It's like this magic world. It's a little bit, I don't know how to describe it completely. It's not all serious. It has, like, funny in it, too. But there's, like, a world where magic is, like, secret and hidden, and spoilers, of course, but secret magic, hidden world, and some people are, like, actually, like, mythical, magical beings, and, you know, human finds out about their world. Very interesting stuff happens from there on, and I can now see the second season, which is very exciting, and it's super fun, and I love it. So yeah, there's a couple things that I do see and I do enjoy. Oh, alright, bye, Willing Star. Thank you so much for joining the stream and stopping by and saying hello. Feel free to come back later and you can see the final piece of the dragon art. Hope you enjoy and have an amazing rest of your day. Alrighty. Ooh, we hit 5 likes. That's awesome. Thank you guys. Alrighty. Yeah, this dragon is definitely coming along on the more positive side. I really like it. I really like him so far. Very, very intriguing design. I haven't drawn a side profile of a dragon in a little bit. In just a hot minute, I haven't drawn that, so it's about time I do. I said I wanted many spines, many horns on the dragon. Just kind of outlining his entire face and cheek structure. I feel like that is going to look super awesome on him. And also having a bunch of horns just coming right down the middle of his forehead, down to his nose. He's a very spiny dragon. Alrighty. This is going to look amazing when it is done. I'm very, very excited. I need these horns to be a little bit more jagged. There we go. Perfect. Awesome. Oh, not a lot of people are watching. Here, I'm going to send a little message to my Discord server super quickly. And then, who knows? Here, one moment. I'm live. There we go, and I'm pasted that there. Beautiful. Awesome. Now to continue with the dragon. Okie dokie. I feel like the eye structure is a little bit more serious than I have been normally drawing, which I really do like. It's a good change of scenery from the really big, large eyes that I have been drawing. Alrighty. Time to finish up these dragon horns. They're going to be epic. You do not want to approach this dragon. This dragon has so many spikes. If you think this dragon is cute and you want to pet it, don't. He's not very pettable. Alrighty. But all in all, I love all my dragon characters. And this one so far looks really cool. Feedback is always greatly appreciated. If you guys feel like there is something I'm missing to the piece, feel free to shout it out. If you do or don't like something about it, of course be polite, but it's always nice to hear that opinion. Alrighty. See, his face has a lot of detail. I do not want his face only to have detail. So I'm going to try my best to have more details in the dragon's neck. That might be very hard, but I'm going to try to attempt to make it worth the while, so that the focal point is the whole creature. The multiverse of madness has opened up, one where the dragon needs loot. Absolutely, Indo. I had a very intriguing experience with a dragon in the last video. So, that was definitely something worth noting. And I do run into, also in the last video, I do run into Mosey's mobs, or Mousie's mobs, the little Barako, I think that's what they're called, like the Sun Chief warriors. I found the Sun Chief village, and he started striking me with lightning and everything, and sun powers, and it was just epic. Epically terrible, but epic. And of all creatures, I'm trying to battle this giant cyclops, and a little chicken-like cockatrice thing comes up to me, and he tries to steal all the glory, and defeats me himself. So I'm like, how rude. I was trying to take on a very massive, very horrifying creature that picks up your character. It's awful. But I had a fun time. Alrighty. The spikes on his back are very intriguing. I want them to curl a little bit up. I want them to not be exactly linear. I want them to be very unique and organic. And I got a question during a stream or two ago, maybe, and I didn't see it, so I didn't get the chance to answer, but somebody asked me why I draw manually, or color in manually, instead of, like, using the fill tool. First of all, the fill tool sometimes messes up for me, and it goes outside of the line. Because of the style of how I draw, there's gaps here and there by accident. And if I try and use the fill tool, sometimes it colors the whole canvas, and it's just a really annoying, flashy-looking thing that I just don't really like happening in my art and art process. I feel like it's both annoying and stressful to deal with, but also I like the relaxation of coloring something in by hand, because with the drawing tablet that I have, it feels like I'm drawing nostalgically in my journal with a notepad. So you don't have a fill bucket tool for a notepad, do you? So it's a little bit nostalgic, and it makes me feel like I'm drawing more naturally. So I get that question a ton when I start coloring things in by hand, and then, probably I complain about it, too. So people are wondering, well, if you're complaining about it, why aren't you fixing the problem in doing this? And also, it gives me a little bit more time to work on the picture. It would be kind of sad if I made a live stream and it was, finished the drawing in half the time and we didn't get to, chat and hang out all that much because, I finished it so quickly. I got to color everything in by the fill bucket. I have, 3 or 4 reasons why I color it in manually, but it's not a problem to ask me. Sometimes I might be totally overlooking a shortcut, and you guys might wonder why. What I do wish Paint Tool Sci had, I don't know if they have it or not, but I can't find it, is a circle tool. My YouTube profile picture, I have a pink ring around, and it's kind of lopsided because there isn't a perfect circle tool I could find. I had to draw a big thing of color like this and take a smaller eraser and go like that to make a ring. I don't know if they have a better option. I couldn't find a circle tool, so I was very confused why they wouldn't have one. But all in all, I still ended up trying to make the profile picture ring decent enough. I don't think anybody's really noticed other than one person up close, but it is what it is. From afar, I think it looks fine. I like the look of a ring of color around your person. Hello, Toast! Welcome to the stream! Sorry, I didn't message before. Indo says, from playing video games, I have learned that chickens can be very deadly. Absolutely. And I see this applies to modded Minecraft as well. Oh, for sure. See, Ice and Fire has a creature called a cockatrice, and she kind of, I think in mythology they are like basilisks or whatever. They turn you to stone if you look at them. So this creature's stare is like a laser beam in the game. and it drains like the life from you. So I'm walking around and this little chicken serpent looking creature just tries to steal the glory of the battle when I'm trying to battle an epic Cyclops. So that is kind of a disappointing thing that happened. But also had a very nice stream last time. Not too many people showed up, but I had a good time. I played for about an hour, got like a very interesting encounter with a lightning dragon. So that's kind of what I drew for the thumbnail today of that video. After this stream, or whenever you feel like, feel free to check out that video. I tried 2 different worlds, and I find a very interesting world that I can't really put my finger on whether I love it or hate it. But it has like these orange sand dune areas, but then a field full of purple flowers. And then a desert that's kind of bluish gray with bones everywhere. And I can't tell whether I want to move to that biome or not. It was a very interesting thing. So yeah, I had a lot of fun just exploring like the Biomes of Plenty mod and checking out all the different places that I've just never even heard of before. There's always biomes I've never heard of or seen. And the good thing I like about modded Minecraft is I'm constantly learning new things, and unlike having played Minecraft vanilla for many years, and I know the ins and outs of it, I'm always learning something with modded Minecraft. There's always a surprise. And I can always add another mod onto it as long as my computer works well with that. Indo says, would putting a layer of color under the scales be easier to paint the scales or harder? I'm about to work on the coloring, so I can probably show you what I do. I am only recording the drawing portion of the program, so you guys can't see my layers right now, but I can explain them. Basically, I have a line art layer. Forget the sketch layer, I go over that. But right now I have one layer I'm working with. I put a layer under this one because everything white on this picture is transparent. So what I do is, first of all, I just need to put my signature here. That is a really good question. I'll show you right now what I do. I feel like it is easier for me not to color on the same layer as the line art because you can accidentally go over the lines like that. If I make a layer, push it right under this one, and go in color, I can just color right under everything, like that. And if I make this, and I make a layer above that, so sandwiched in between the line art and that orange, and I turn it into a clipping group, I can now color just on the layer under that, so just the orange, and I don't go out of the lines of that. That's how I do like the shading really easy. But that is a really good question. I hope that little bit of information helps, because that's usually how I make my drawings. I don't know if that helped much or not, or if I understood the question correctly, but to my best ability, I don't use a lot of layers, believe it or not. Alrighty. Just reading the live chat, making sure I've caught up with things. So usually I work on the background first before I color in the dragon, because I like to be able to scale out what colors are different enough. So I'm feeling like a darker midnight sky would look decent. So I'm going to start with a very dark grayish blue, fade it into kind of a lighter blue, like it's just kind of turning midnight. And then I can add stars or something in the background. That did answer your question? Okay, awesome. Since I can't show on my screen right now easily what I'm doing on the sidebar, it is kind of difficult to explain, but I'm glad that you grasp it. Okay, so if I blend these together, these colors, I can make a very good gradient. It looks like nighttime is falling, and the blue sky of the day is fading away, and this dragon is now emerging from the dark depths of the cave in which he so mucks about. Now, even bigger question. Can I make a really cool pine tree thing? I always love drawing the pine trees as like these silhouetted things. Make them a little scrappy, I'd say. I really like the scrappiness because sometimes they've got, I'm looking outside, there's some pretty interesting trees out there, but I like adding like, people have the Christmas trees that go perfectly in like a triangle. There's just gonna be a little bit of bare spots where it's just the trunk, and then little spurts of stuff like that, if you get what I mean. I always thought that was interesting, so a little bit of Christmas tree shape, but also a little bit of odd. And I still have it taper up at the top. There we go. And then it can kind of be spooky. I like the spooky look of the background really much. Oh, I'm so glad it was helpful. That makes me feel really happy. I love being able to help with art and ideas, and especially like digital art can be super hard to get a grasp of, and I've worked with digital art for almost a decade, if not a decade. To some artists that might seem like a very little amount of time, but to me, I have worked with this software for way too long to remember. Alrighty. I imagine there's owls hooting in the background of this picture. Gotta have him in some kind of a creepy forest, you know? If I don't have him in the kind of creepy forest, I mean, what kind of a creepy forest thing is this gonna really be? Here, I'm actually gonna scooch these down a bit. The dragon should be maybe a little taller. I want more of the night sky to be showing. Okay. Now, little yellow. I don't use, like, pure white for the stars usually. I go a little bit yellow, just for the cute aesthetic of how, like, people have, like, stars and moons colored yellow to be cute or whatever in patterns. I like putting yellow stars. Some big, some very small and clustered. I just kind of do this randomly, not evenly spread out, just clusters of them. Some more sporadic, but some super congested. It's gotta be galaxies, you know? They're all gonna have to be super unique and awesome. And then I usually add a tiny streak here and there to make a little shooting star. Like, boop, like, no, not that. Boop. Boop. You guys can get the point. Little shooting stars. Then I'll go with a little bigger of a brush, and I will sort of add a very big star here and there, because, you know, you gotta have a couple big ones. A little bit brighter ones than the others. It'll look like you're actually looking at a night sky. This is part of the reason I love drawing the night scenes very much, because they're just super unique with how you can make them. The pine trees look wonderful and spooky. Thank you! The stars look amazing. I think I'll start making them random sizes now. They look great like that. Thank you so much! I love being able to share different things on how I draw, you know, different things. Stars are one of my favorites to do. Occasionally I'll have the little goofy little diamond-shaped star in the mix, but I usually just do very cream yellow color. This color, so you guys can see. Something around that style makes a very nice starry background, in my opinion. I like to cluster them super randomly, too. Like, like you're saying, I do them very random. I'm not really... I could copy and paste and put them there, but you guys might notice a repeat somewhere in the system, so I like to just take the time with it. Big different sizes, very tiny ones, and then I go ahead with the bigger brush and I go boop, 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 couple of them, some of the big ones right next to each other, some super spread out, some a very big cluster of, that's too big of a cluster. But yeah. Then, of course, I like to add some little goofy, princessy ones over here. It's always a very neat thing to have some really shiny, sparkly ones. Big, like, crosses in the middle of them. There. Some next to each other. Of course, you've got to have them, I've got to have them, like, some individual, some in clusters. Some of them have a lot of friends, some of them don't have a lot of friends. And then the night sky looks very interesting. I do not like how I drew that exact one, so I'm going to eliminate it. Restart it. No! No, I'm super picky about it. Super picky. The random clusters of stars look natural. I agree. Very, very good observation. It looks kind of like a photograph, but not. And the silhouette of the trees, absolutely. The light is coming behind them, moonlight, and it's very cool. So I add those to the same layer, and then, you know what? I'm going to get rid of this. Just a bit. The dark trees are making it hard for me to see the dragon's scales, so I'm going to turn it down a little bit and find the color I want for the dragon. Maybe he'll be kind of a purplish, or a dark green, a forest green. Ooh, a dark green looks really good. Seems like it'll suit this very well. So I'm making a sandwich layer. I'm working with 3 layers currently. I smushed all the background layers together because, you know, I don't think I'm working on it anymore. They can be huddled together now. Making it easy for myself. Don't want to have a bunch of layers that don't need anything more to them. Just jumbled around, staying there. My signature, on the other hand, needs a change of color. That needs to stand out. Hello, Dragon Wolves Animation. Welcome to the stream. Oh, are you new here? If so, welcome. I am Miss Willow. You can call me Amber if you'd like, or Miss Willow. And I create a lot of fantasy digital art. Sometimes gaming, sometimes story writing. I've been making a little book with chapters with my characters in them, so that's really cool. And I love hanging out on streams and chatting, having a blast. So, you're in a right place. So glad to see you guys here. More people are joining. Don't forget to leave a like and have fun, most of all. Today my like goal is 20. I will be very curious to see if we can hit that. If not, that's okay. All support is amazing. And feel free to grab some friends, invite some friends to watch, grab some popcorn, whatever, like, cool, awesome things you want to do to support is amazing. So feel free. And by all means, stick around. If you have any questions to ask, I'd probably be more than willing to ask them. I mean, not ask them, answer them. You get it, answer them. This is pretty much my fun, relaxed part of the day, because I love doing this. There's Abnormal again, trying to relate everything I draw to food and candy. You know, you have a good point here. Green apple dragon, green sour apple candy dragon. That is very intriguing. I could possibly make a candy dragon that's like sour apple themed, and he could like run the apple orchard and be carrying a big basket of green apples. That would be so cute. Oh, Berry Bright, that's okay. Yeah, I can always try though. Alrighty. This is the part that I think gives me a lot of trouble, is the coloring in. And earlier I explained why I don't why I don't just fill bucket tool the entire thing in. I have a couple reasons why. So when I complain about drawing it manually like this, I have very little way around that. I just have to get better at my skills, find little techniques that work for me. The teeth are going to be a very big issue. The teeth are going to be very intricate to color in. I need to get them perfectly without too much out of the lines, because you will notice that with such a dark background and like white teeth, you're going to notice if I draw out of the lines. So that is where I'm going to be trying very hardly not to. Oh my gosh, a My Little Pony dragon. That would be interesting. Very interesting. You guys have very imaginative ideas. My camera right now is not set up. I just moved my desk again. I know I have a habit of changing my setup and recording place. It's different almost every day sometimes, but if you guys notice that I'm very close to the camera, I'm not actually that close to the camera. It has a zoom that I'm not extremely knowing how to deal with that often, but I'm going to maybe try this out again, my desk over here, and find a better positioning for that camera. But I do really like the camera. I just don't have very good lighting right now. I forgot to put my ring light up because I didn't think I needed it, but it did get a little dark. Abnormal says, just doing that so I can drive you crazy because you look funny, especially that moment where you tried to draw cherries on Miss Willow. Yes. I did draw cherries on Miss... No, I didn't. I didn't keep the cherries on Miss Willow. I drew the cherries on Miss Willow. But I'm too smart. I'm too smart to be fooled into keeping the cherries on Miss Willow. See, that's the thing. Wait, did I actually keep the cherries on Miss Willow or no? No, I didn't keep the cherries on Miss Willow. I had to double check that. But I did draw blackberries in the background. See, I have been tricked. I have been tricked into drawing food every single stream. We turned an innocent red panda character into an ice cream cone. We turned an innocent dragon. Actually, this was actually super cool. Candy dragon. His scales were gingerbread. He had peppermints all over him. He had like candy corn looking teeth. He had a cupcake with sprinkles face. He was awesome. You guys can check that out. The video is up and it's very recent, so I'm sure you'll find it. You can't miss him. He's literally a candy dragon. But I had a lot of fun drawing that. Oh, the chat! Hello, Black Belt. Welcome to the stream. Glad you've made it. All right. Well, I'm having fun drawing today. Ooh, we're at 8 likes on the video. Thank you. That's awesome. Alrighty. I feel like this is gonna work out now. Now I can turn the background all the way up. Now we can all see. Sorry, I'm just gonna change how I'm sitting. I need to look at this better. I like the color. I do like the color very much. He needs a little bit of a neon green here and there. Just little details that make it all. He's got to have very lightning striking green eyes. With like yellow here. He has to have a lot of colors. Okay. Then I can make that a little darker on the top. And a little darker there. And a little darker there. Beautiful. And a little bit lighter here. Believe it or not, a little bit lighter there. Very nice. I like adding all the details I can to here without making it too complicated. Abnormal says, come on, you could have made her a Miss Willow elf-flavored milkshake cupcake with a cherry on top. That is very interesting. You guys have the most creative imaginations I can picture. I can't even begin to fathom why you guys would want to see Miss Willow turned into a cupcake. But I guess we came to the conclusion yesterday that her dress looks like the top of her dress looks like cupcake wrapping. That happened. So I've got to deal with stuff like that, you see? This is what a YouTuber has to go through. This is what me as a YouTuber has to go through. I don't think any other YouTuber is having their character compared to a cupcake ice cream sundae milkshake. I'm very lucky. Oh, Dashy Arts, welcome to the stream. So glad you can make it. Didn't see you there. Welcome. Indo asks, are the lightning dragons random colors in game, or is it an artistic take? I really don't know. I think they're more dark colors, but I haven't encountered enough lightning dragons or spawned enough of them to really understand how they work all that much. But I've seen a bunch of different colors for the ice and fire dragons. Those are pretty neat. And some of them have like really cool wing patterns too. So I appreciate that. I appreciate the care for detail, especially with like a 3D model for those mods. It's very interesting to also see your artwork or someone else's artwork come to life in a game. That's part of the reason I really wanted to learn modding, and I actually learned enough modding to make my own mod. So that was pretty interesting. I have made my own mod, but it's a very small one. Oh, I love your art, by the way. Thank you so much. I'm so happy you like it. I'm having fun with this one. I always do. And I always end up enjoying these pictures a lot more than I think they are going to turn out. They always end up like 300, 500% better than I could have ever pictured. So I definitely love having this time and enjoying drawing these. It brings me so much joy in the day, especially when you guys get to enjoy it with me. Alright. I work on the shading sometimes, individually, piece by piece. I did the eye, the nose, now the tongue and teeth. Then I can work more on different aspects of the picture. You think the nose looks like a candy corn? That's crazy. Oh my gosh. Oh no, I'm not turning... That, actually, I see it. I see it now. That's not crazy. I see it. That's very clever, in fact. See what I was talking about earlier where I said you will notice where I drew out of the lines for the teeth? This is why I hate coloring in tiny, spiky things. Oh my gosh. It is my least favorite part of drawing. Okay. Well, I can only try my best to improve every time. Every single day I see myself becoming a better artist, and that makes me really proud. Do you guys, who are artists out there, recognize your improvement? Because I think it's good to. I think it's good to both accept older work, but also be excited for the fact that next time you draw, you'll be a little bit wiser, a little bit more knowledgeable about how you draw, what you draw, and it's a beautiful thing. Hello, Stardust! Welcome to the stream! So glad you can make it! I'm very happy to see people pouring in here now. It's very nice. Don't forget to leave a like, and by all means, enjoy and have a good time. I'm drawing a very intriguing picture. This time I worked more on a background rather than just random colors, so you guys get to see the silhouetted trees, the starry background, the fading evening. This dragon has a lot of cool. Now that I see it like this, the really bright green in his eye, I think looks really good. Alrighty. Feel free to invite some friends to watch, and it's gonna be a blast. I have a little while longer to draw, so it's definitely worth a try, I think. I enjoy drawing this so much. Lately I haven't been too keen on keeping my goal of 1 hour live streams, like exactly. I've been starting again to just make them about maybe an hour-ish, maybe a little longer, but I'm not going to be too hard on myself if I have a live stream that's like an hour 20. I know I had like an hour 20-ish live stream a couple days ago, maybe yesterday, but I think that should be fine. So, if you guys recognize that I have not been dealing with my exact hour goal, can't be a minute off, I'm giving myself a little bit more leeway room. Dragon Wolf said, "I be looking at my older drawings and I see change. It's minor, but change." Yeah, that's good. Even if it's a little bit of change, it's always fun to look back at old work and see just how far you've gotten because it's really hard for an artist sometimes to always appreciate and value how much they're growing, because we're always so hard on ourselves to get better and get better that sometimes I find, even with myself, I lose sight of just how far I've gotten. So it's always nice to look back at old work and remind yourself that you're still on the path of doing incredible, and you're still doing incredible. And the old work is incredible, the new work is incredible, all of it is really good, and I do not give myself a hard time very frequently about, oh, my old work sucks. I just say, hey, my old work was what it was. And sure, I know exactly what I wouldn't have done last time. I know how I'm improving, and that's a beautiful thing. I can look at it and enjoy my old works. Still, there's a lot of older pieces that, sure, I would draw completely different now, but I love them just the same. It's very important to embrace your own work. It's hard to, but it's good to, I feel like it's good to be proud of what you're working on, and I often say, hey, I'm so excited about how this picture is turning out. I love it. I love how it's looking. And, part of me worries that since I don't hear a lot of people talking like that about their own drawings, maybe people will think that's selfish. I don't think that's selfish to be excited and proud of how something you're working on is turning out. Seems pretty nice. And I love being proud of the effort that I put in, and I love being proud of how things look in the end, and how I'm excited to see how it'll turn out. I feel like it's a very nice thing, maybe, for other people even to see how excited I can even get about my own artwork, because if I can inspire somebody to feel more positively about their drawings, that makes me really happy. And I know I've done that in the past, and it does make me extremely happy to hear. So yeah, that is my little pep talk right there. Again, and I always love redrawing old pictures. That has always been a very fun thing to me. I love it. You often see me redrawing some old stuff. Sometimes, even years later, I like the old drawing better. Sometimes just how my new drawings appear don't suit the style of a character that I maybe drew in the past. But it's a very delicate process that I just need to accept and say, hey, I tried, and it's good for what it is. It really is, and I should be proud of every work. Of course, I am naturally prouder of some than others. Some I kind of frown upon a little bit, but I try not to. I don't think it's very healthy for me to frown upon my artwork. So being super positive about it makes me really happy, and I love when I hear people being positive about their work. Not necessarily, oh, my art sucks, I'm so not an artist, your art is so much better than mine. You gotta be gentler with your own work. For all you know, I might think your work is better than mine. Think about that. Sometimes it happens. I get envious of other artists sometimes, and like, not like a jealousy way, but kind of like, oh, wow, how do you do that? That looks amazing. And then they're like, seriously? I don't like this at all. It's very confusing, but it happens. Hello, Duchess Victoria. Oh, I was wondering who was waving in the chat. Welcome to the stream. So glad to see you here. Thank you for joining, and I hope you have been having a wonderful day. Ooh, we're at 9 likes on the video so far. I just saw that, and I was like, oh, that's really cool. I feel like this dragon's gonna have very dark colored horns, even darker than that. Yeah, like that. That might work very nicely. I feel like a dark would be a good contrast rather than a light. It's a kind of dark picture. Nighttime, night sky. Oh, I wish it would rain. I love the rain. It's so nice to watch. I love hearing it. I love seeing it. I love the atmosphere when it rains. Oh man. Boy, if you knew how much I wish to trade weather. I want it to rain always. Other than the times that I don't want it to, but still. Rain has always been, ever since I was a little kid, one of my favorite types of weather. I love rain. I love a good storm. It's always wonderful. I love it. I love how it sounds and how the air smells, and super cool. Oh, Barry Bright says, I really like this art so far. Thank you very much. I am having a good time drawing this. It's, you know, I've been making a lot of happy-go-lucky, smiley, bubbly, fluffy characters. Here and there, I want to add something more dragony and, like, night sky and mysterious. I feel like it has a very mysterious vibe. Alright. There we go. Right there and right here. Beautiful. Just shading the scales while I'm at it, because there's gonna be lighting and shading layers that I want to add to this. I cannot wait to add luminosity, because with moonlight in this picture is a very big deal. I already am gesturing to moonlight because I have the trees as silhouettes. So the dragon really should be having some kind of a glow. Did I just spill water? Excuse me. That's not nice. I need to. What? Is that all my napkins? Now I just grabbed all the rest of my napkins. Hey, water, don't do that. I never spill my water. What is happening here? Miss Willow, quit spilling water. My goodness, you're making a video, Miss Willow. You don't want to embarrass yourself like that, do you? Yeah. Yep, accidents happen. Oh, wow. We're halfway to our like goal. Yes, Dragon Wolves, bad water. Bad water. Bad. Don't you dare embarrass me like that again. I'm trying to draw an epic creature here, and my water is preventing me from doing so. Okie dokie. Time to shade the scales. The scales must be shaded. They must have character to them. They absolutely must. Because they don't have enough depth already. They're very plain. So I have to do these absolutely individually. The struggles of an artist shading individual dragon scales, which are probably 100 of them. Maybe. Sometimes more. Alright. Have faith in me. Pray for me. I must finish this scales. And then I have to add luminosity to all of them. I'm just saying, I have to add luminosity to every single scale, or else this drawing is not peak perfectness. It has to be peak perfectness. Every step towards the goal is an accomplishment. I agree. Oh, bye, Duchess Victoria. Thank you for stopping by. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Well, I'm just gonna sit here and continue working on all the scales, the little scaly poos, the little flaky monsters, the little creepy plates, the little boinky green things, the spricky doodahs. Yeah, all of that. I have to draw every single one. Because I will zoom out and you will see exactly why I go through the effort of doing every single one like this. And I'm going to have to do this again because of the shading. Yes, I'm shaking my desk doing this, but here, look. Gotta see, this is why I go through the effort. Look at the texture on that dragon's scales. The texture, perfect, incredible. And I'm finished with the coloring enough that I can now work on the shading. Dun dun dun, the shading, the most difficult part of the entire drawing. Why, luminosity? No, shade. It's giving me problems already. You can tell this is my arch nemesis. The shading is my biggest enemy. Sure, it adds a lot of character and depth and 3D look, but it's also my worst nightmare. Oh, my worst nightmare is this really creepy wolf bear thing with piercing silver eyes. No, but this is my worst art nightmare. Actually, no. My worst art nightmare is coloring tiny spricky things like teeth and not going out of the lines. That is. Oh, one word, epic. Thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying watching me draw. I do find a satisfaction in drawing and coloring myself, too. It's a very relaxing activity, in my opinion, so that's probably also why I draw so much. So I agree, it can be very fun, and I guess people like seeing things come to completion with coloring and shading and things being filled in perfectly, so I like my drawings to be perfect as well. Abnormal says, "Oh, the dragon looks scared. Mommy, where are you? I can't find you. I'm in the forest." That's so sad. Oh no. Aw, you can feel better because this dragon's gotta be a big, mighty, tough warrior dragon. He knows exactly where he is. This is his midnight playground. Oh, Silver Grey Wolf, welcome to the stream. Silver Grey Wolf says, "It looks amazing." Thank you so much. I'm so glad you think so. I love drawing this, and it is a very fun thing. 8 more likes until our like goal has been reached. I can't believe it. That's incredible. Now is my favorite part. I mentioned this. I mentioned that the luminosity is my all-time favorite thing to draw, because now you can see the depth of his cheeks. They are like the cheeks pull, and now you can see that he is a 3D model. No, he's not, but we can pretend that he is a 3D model, and he is incredible. Super epic 3D model, and the depth of the dragon goes beyond the dimensions of the multiverse. Boy, I love what I do. I love this. This is my dream. I love drawing. I love creating. I am a creator. You guys could call me Miss Willow the Mad Scientist because I love creating beasts from nothing. Alrighty. Here we go. Time to draw the scales. The scaly poos. Now, I told you guys. Now, if you listen closely, I told you that I had to shade every scale individually. Sure, it took a heck of a lot of time. Sure, I hated it. Well, hate is a strong word. But I also did tell you guys that I'm going to have to do that again. Because the scales have not been... Whoa, that's not what I wanted. The scales have not been complete until they each have luminosity. Now this is going to take a lot longer than shading, because I can just go with the shade, single color. This is a gradient that I have to be very delicate with. So you guys think my art is all fun, ha-has, jokes, laughs, and great times. Oh boy, there is a dark side to it. This is the dark side. Drawing every single darn little scale. It's tedious. It's a pet peeve. But in the end, you guys will definitely see so much texture in the dragon. It'll be like you can reach out and pet the dragon. But I already said not to pet the dragon because he is so unpettable and very spiny. Alrighty. Alright, now that... Actually, I can put the density of that up. I can make this a little easier for myself. Yep, actually, that does make it a little easier. See, I told you guys. The more effort... Oh, no, there's like 100 more! Oh, my gosh. This is the pressures of being an artist. But it's gonna turn out well. The worst thing is when you know something's gonna make an artwork incredible, but you still have to do it anyway, and it's gonna take such a long time. It's unbearable, but I just have to tough through it, because the scales are gonna be the most incredible things you guys have ever seen. It looks bad right now. Maybe not bad, but it looks very unimpressive. But I'm just gonna tell you guys that it's gonna be worth it. Alright. Just like 2 more rows. 3 more rows. 7 more rows. Okay, oh my gosh. The lies. This is a lying snake. This is the most deceiving thing. Okay, just gotta add more shines. I'm gonna rush. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, billion, 10,000 trillion. This is the outcome of all that hard work and effort. That right there is what I call dedication. And sure, my palm is sore. Sure, I disliked doing that a little bit. But I love the result. And you guys can clearly see. Silver Grey Wolf says definitely worth the effort. I agree. Definitely worth my time doing that. Of course, I could have done a slower job. Hand could feel a little better. But no, I'm on a time limit today, and I've already passed my hour of wanting to draw. But I told you I would give myself a little lenience. I'm allowing myself to continue the drawing until I feel like it is perfectly fine. And yes, the scales were tedious, but I enjoyed every moment of understanding that this is going to make this picture shine. You guys are awesome support. Dragon Wolf says Hiccup and Toothless is one of my favorite duos. Me too. They're so cool. It is... I love all those series. They're amazing. Race to the Edge, I still watch. I've watched like 5 times or something. Unbelievable. I love Race to the Edge. You guys won't hear the end of it from me about how much that series makes me laugh. Snotlout is like my favorite character. Me and my family walk around just going, Snotlout, Snotlout, oi, oi, oi. I love it. He's like everyone thinks he's like the worst character. He's so mean. I love him. He's hilarious. Gosh. And honestly, all the characters in that show are so individually likable or interesting-able that I get a kick out of it. I love that show. Alright, bye, Abnormal. Thank you so much for joining the stream and hanging out. It was great chatting. And nope, I didn't add food in this drawing. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll have to add a little cherry like this, like a little cherry. No, Miss Willow, don't do it. No, that was just a little farewell joke for you. Bye and have a wonderful day. And for everybody else, I'm gonna sign off as well because I have some food that I cooked that I want very badly. I want it very badly. I need that food. I crave it. I want it. I need to have it. And the drawing is done. So thank you guys so much for sticking around. Feel free to check out, earlier today I made a Minecraft video, modded Minecraft. I gave a dragon loot. Instead of only taking the dragon's loot, I ended up giving him my loot. You can find out why. But anyways, have a phenomenal day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye! Is this thing off? Oh my gosh, turn off! What did I tell you to turn off? Can't believe it. The attitude. The absolute